Good evening, everyone. I hope everybody's joined tonight's group for class. Just let me know in the chat maybe that you can hear me. Great, you can see me. I hope you're all doing good. We're gonna try tonight accomplish a lot actually. So need full energy for tonight, 2 lessons, because we're gonna go through the sets and maps, and that's quite a lot in one day. So let's do that maybe more interactive, because for 2 hours talking with a computer, that's gonna be very energy requirement for me, big energy requirement. But anyhow, Java sets. I think we can start maybe 1 more minute. So on the previous lesson, I think you talked about the collections and you talk about the array lists. Let's try maybe just for the starting point to remind what was the topic of the last array list. How do you create array list? You specify the name, then you specify the type here, right? So let's say it's string, array of strings, and you say my name of the array list, and you say new array list, just this. It's actually automatically imported, IntelliJ automatically imported for me the array list package, where it's utility package where we have array list, and that's how you initialize the array list. So how do you add the element into array list? What command do we use to add?
The dot add, right?
Oh, which command? Can you say that again, please?
Is it the add?
I think you said add, right? So yeah. If it's my array, and that's array of strings, just gonna say S, right? how do we take element out of the array list? Command we will use. It's actually IntelliJ IDEA gives all the commands here to kind of help out. Add all, clear, clone. Which one should I use? Come on, guys, it's a previous lesson. Remove, okay. No, if you're gonna get this, you're gonna get the element, right? For taking out element of the array, we're gonna use remove. Say remove test. Let's actually see what are we supposed to get in our array list now. Okay, it's empty, right? We put out the element and take out the element. Okay, comment out we're removing, and we have one element test there, which is the string, right? So the sets, what's actually, if you understand array list, you can kind of translate that knowledge into sets, because the difference between array list and the sets, it's also the part of the collection, it's unordered, and the main thing is that the objects in the sets cannot contain duplicate elements. What do I mean by this? So if you have array list of strings, and let's say we will add the element test, and let's print it out and see, what are we gonna get in the array? Test, same elements. Sets are different. How do you do set? How do you initialize the set? Let's start from hash set. Say hash set, and then the type of data that it will be there. Data type, let's say what's the strings, so it will be clear. Same one. My set and new hash set. So as you can see, it's very similar how you were initializing the array list. Put in the data type, the name, and then just the new keyboard. And the beauty of this, that you actually can use the same methods that you were using on the array list with the set. So let's say we set, and we want to add to a set a string. Let's say same one, right? And let's print out set. I'm gonna comment out for now. This one. Okay, we have the element test there. So what if, as in the first example, I will put same element, and let's comment this out to see the difference. So as you can see, on the first in array list, we have the two elements in the array, test and test. The first one said, even though we added two elements, we have only one element in the set, which is test. So what set does, it does not allow the duplicate entries into the list, the set. So why is this particularly useful? Sometimes we want to have some data structure that only will hold unique elements. And if you're gonna use array list and check out every element, if it's unique, you're gonna have to spend some time on doing this. Comparing this to the set, it's done relatively faster because each element is unique there. So let's let's actually see, just for the interest, if we can print. So these methods that we use, that's part of the collections, right? And all of them have a return type that we can use for various purposes. Like let's see what we're gonna get here. I think it will be possible, right? If we're just gonna print out this one. So you see it return true. So when we add elements to the set and it's being added, this returns true. But what if it's a second element, right? We know that it's not supposed to be added, but it's gonna return this false, right? So it returns false because it says, hey, I already have that in the set, that element. It's not unique, so I'm not gonna be editing this. And it gives us false. So I hope that's clear. Let's go to presentation. Set is implemented by hash set, link hash set, and tree set. So we had somewhere the picture. Unfortunately, we don't have it as far as the collection. So there is a different types of implementation of sets. So in here they listed hash set, link hash set, and tree set. What's the difference between them? The difference is how the elements are ordered. So hash set does not have any order. You just put in elements and it can be a random order presented, how you do that at the end. Let's go and see that maybe. Okay, I'm gonna delete the array list here. Leave hash set, my set. And let's change that to integers. Integer. Let's add a few elements to a set. Say 1. Let's add 2, 5. Let's do minus 500, 200, okay. Let's do 6. So and we're gonna print out and see. So that's a hash set. So, well, it's kind of ordered here, but the order how they inside of the set does not really, it's random. It's not in any capacity structures by the value. What is link hash set? It's the same as hash set, but the difference is the link hash set has remembers what's the order of insertion elements into the set and keep the same order. And the tree set is the one that actually sorted, so by value. So if you put number of elements as we did here, it's going to be sorted by the value of those elements. So the lowest value, let's say 1 in this case, would be the one. Well, actually, minus 200 would be the lowest, but then 1, 2, and 5. So we already said that set has methods add, remove, contains, and size, but you already know those methods from array list. One big advantage of sets is that the computing time it takes to look up element in set does not depend on the size of the set, unlike array list, for example. So that's what I was talking about. When you have a huge array list, the time to look up for an element, withdraw element can be bigger, comparing to the set that always have the same time. So Java code for editing elements in the set. I think we already went for this. Here you could initialize in the set and then editing strings to the set. And I think set gigs. You see that there is a duplicate elements here being added, gigs. And it outputs without duplicate elements. I think we can, let's do that just to be absolutely, sure that everybody understands that. So we're creating the hash set here with type of elements integers. The name is set, keyword new. We're using a method to add, in this case, integers to that set. We also can remove, let's say, okay, let me add some duplicate elements just to show it again too. And then let's say set remove 6. And what are we going to get inside? As you can see, we have only 1, 2, not 2, even for we added duplicates. And when we don't have 6, because we removed that at the end. All other values are present. So if we want to order this, we can use tree set. Same type of declaration, right? You're saying the name, and you're saying type of data there, under data types. Same name, can be anything. Use keyword new, and say can data structure. And then you can pass here, right? Into the, and what do we want if we already have the hash set and we want to order this, right? We're gonna pass here the hash set that we already created, my set. And then we can print out tree set. Okay, so it's actually the case here that this one is being ordered. As you can see, the first, we created the hash set, did some manipulations there, duplicate values get out. We removed some of the elements. That's what the end we received. And then we passed that hash set to the tree set, another type of sets. And that one is ordered. So here it ordered us and outputted minus 200, 125. Okay. I hope you guys doing good. I hope you're with me, right? Basic operations on the sets. So there's 3 main ones, which is union, intersection, and difference. Union. In this one, we can simply add one set with another. Since the set will itself not allow any duplicate entries, we need to take care of the common values. So here we have 2 sets. You're not messing it up, the video presentation. We have 2 sets. As you can see, they're different. There is a values that's different, and then there is a values that's the same. So what we want to do is combine those 2 sets and create the one common set. This is not, I mean, the only difference here would be the values that are the same. What are we gonna do? Well, thankfully, right, we said all about that. So let's actually maybe delete this and put something more simple to illustrate some simple values. Is the hash set 1. Well, should be. And let's create another hash set, second one, because we combine into hash sets, and call it my set 2. And that's going to be 2, let's say 5, and 10. So we want to combine those 2 sets. How do we do that? There is commands that you can use that relevant to the sets, and if you're going to use the name of the first set, which is my set, then you're gonna say, it's actually, if you put a dot in IntelliJ, it gives you the list of methods that you can use. It's really handy. You don't have to remember all this all the time. Just use add all. See, it says collection extends integer. So we're just gonna say and passing the second set that we created. I don't know why it called it the third. It should be the second, but whatever. Same thing. And let's output. What are we gonna get? Okay. So you see, we printed out my set after we unionized them, combined, and that's what it has: 2, 4, 5, 10. The values that are common get trapped. I mean, the only one present, and then the values that didn't happen in the first one show up in the first set. Great. That was union. Let's go to intersection. Second one, we just need to retain the common values from both sets. So if the first one, we were just combining both, and this one, we're just saying, okay, there is the two sets, and we just want to receive the values that have in the first set, and they have that in the second set. So they have it both everywhere. So you see here the values that has everywhere is 0, 1, 3, or 4. They all have a pairs. Others don't have any corresponding value in the second set. So how do we do that? Well, thankfully, as you can think, there is a method for that too. And that method is called retain all. Same thing, just passing second collection, second set there. And what are we gonna get? Okay, we get nothing. That's strange. Wait a second. We were supposed to get something. Is that the second one? No, didn't catch up. My set retain all, my set free. Let me just retype it. Retain all, and I'm passing the second set that I have, this one. And then I'm printing out my set. So this one has 2, 4, 5, this one 2, 5, 10. So we expecting 2 and 5. And it says it's empty. Let me, I think we have an example there, right here. So, to make it bigger. Intersection. Set integer, intersection, new hash set, integer A, or I'm sorry, yeah. Intersection retain or B. You're gonna have to pass the first set into the second here. That's what's missing. Okay, 2, 4, 5. My set free. No, it's not. Wait a second. Let's go and take a look at it again here. So we have two sets. Set A, hash set, and set B, hash set. They have values. Wait a second. We have A add all. Okay, we added in those values here, and we added in those values here too. So unionizing, right? We just calling the common set. Intersection retain all B. Okay, I'm sorry. So it's evening. It's my mistake. So we have two sets, right? we have two sets. Here it's like, and then we create the third set, hash set, because the new, we have to have a new set that unites both of them, and we say it's integer. My set 3. We're gonna say new hash set. So, and then we're gonna pass, which set we're gonna pass? We're gonna be passing the first set now. Sorry for background noise. And then we're gonna say that this new set retain all the B values. My set 3 retain all the values of set 2. And then we're gonna print out the set 3 that we created. And it's empty. Hash set retain all. We're printing the one, passing the first one. Okay, you're gonna have this presentation available. I'm gonna see what's wrong with this code later on. Okay. Okay, so just to remember, okay, unionizing. You're combining two sets and receiving the final set that has values of both sets. Intersection, we're just having the common values of both sets. And with difference, we are removing, if we have two sets of numbers and then there is corresponding numbers, we are removing those. So if they have 1, 1, 1, 1 is going to be removed, 3, 3 is going to be removed. So in this example here, the difference, you have two sets with values. You're creating the third set. You're passing the first one there. And then you call the method called remove all with passing the second set. And then the difference between 2 is 289 in this example. Let's try to do that. So
sorry, quick question.
Hash set first one, second one with values, and then we have the third one. So we say my set 3, the method called remove all. And let's say, since we're passing the first one, this should be my set 2.
Sergey, can I ask a question?
Sure.
I just wondering, like, under the my set 2, can you use my set 2 dot add 2, 5, 10 instead of using my set?
Can you repeat that question, please?
Because on line 16, you said my set dot add 2.
Oh yeah, you're right. You're right.
That's because why before, like, when you do that thing, it won't work.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. I'm sorry.
Okay.
It's the evening. It's the evening. That was the problem. So as you can see here, the only 1/4 is left, right? We strip out the values that have both there and here. And let's see the second one. The difference between all. Okay, so you see 2 and 5. That's the common one in both sets. Great, so we figured this out. So hash set methods, the ones that you saw in ArrayList, which is add, contain, remove, size, contains just search if the second part contains in the sets, whatever you pass in there. The size give you the size of the set. Where you can find them in the documents, so Java Platform 8, you have in Java util package, you have set interfaces, and then you can find all the information here about the sets. Here's the list of methods. And remember, we were trying testing and putting the add element in the set that already there and returning the false. Well, because it returns Boolean. Clear, contains, equals, is empty, the most common ones to use. Let's do maybe some exercises. Okay, so initialize a hash set integer using for loop add integers from 1 to 10. Let's do that in, oh, code pad. It's not that hard exercises, I think. Only the second one probably needs to be changed. Okay. Okay. Let me take this out that we don't need. Out. Just gonna send the link. To a Slack channel. And to the Zoom. So I hope you will join me there. First one, yes. Easy one. Okay, initialize a hash set integer. That's why you can take a look at ArrayList there. That's kind of looks familiar. And that can be like one person typing, like just like, let's do that one by one. Next exercise somebody else is gonna do. Okay. Almost just an opposite. Yeah. Great. Great. So we initialize the hash set, my set. So now we want to write a loop that add integers from 1 to 10. Okay, for integer I equals 0, I is less than 10 or equal to 10, great. I plus plus, my set add I. Great. Okay, I think my set from capital S there. And you can, I think, change it here too. Okay. So, great. Let's see. Let's see if it's gonna run. Yeah, and we have from 0 to 10. Perfect. Let's skip this one. Try to create a set with duplicate values. So can we add a duplicate value? Just one. You can add one and then print out the set again. I know it's not the most exciting task. Yeah. I can post this. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, so I was curious where you want to go with the second set. Maybe you like have something interesting to show, but the task is actually very simple. You can just use the first set and add duplicate value. Let's say at the end after the for loop, you will say my set at 5. No, this if you're gonna put it in a for loop, it's gonna every iteration that it goes in the for loop, it's gonna be added to 5, which is fine. Just you can do that outside of the for loop too. Clone my set. Is there any method clone that you find out there, Bob? Clear contains all. Is there a collection method? Don't see it. Well, the exercise is pretty simple, right? You just add the element, and it's not, if we're gonna print out, it's not gonna show up. We already did it. Let's take the next one. Create a hash set integer, add some integers and print out the hash set. And the printer will always in the order they were added. Which set collection would maintain their order? Well, let's not write something that let's just kind of, if you want to put it in chat or say, are the printed integers always in the order they were added in a hash set? You can just put it in the chat or say in a microphone. Do you remember we talked about different sets? And we did even. What about the order of the elements if you put it in the set, in a hash set?
It doesn't matter, right? The order doesn't do anything.
It's not preserved, you mean, right? It's not going to be kept in the same order as it was added, right?
Yes.
It's not ordered.
Unless
What
it's
if,
types.
okay. What about the tree set? Do you remember we were doing at the beginning? Then we were creating a hash set, and then we were putting it into the tree set, and then the result was the ordered set.
I think you have to put that in order. My tree put value in order.
Okay, so the tree set is gonna be put it into the order, right? Automatically for you.
Exactly.
Well, they're just different, right? There's a free realization of sets here, and each one of them different as far as the order it is the values there. So, and what about linked hash set? What's the order there?
Wait. Okay, I don't remember because you said, let me see. What is it? Okay, I don't remember if linked hash set put numbers values in order or tree set.
So the tree set, you put it like, let's say 1, 5, 3, and it automatically will do for you what output will be is 1, 3, 5, because it's automatically put it for you in the order, right?
Yes.
In the hash set, it can be like 5, 3, 1, or 3, 5, 1, or 1, 3, 5, random.
Yeah.
And what about linked hash set?
I think that's the one you insert, right? It's like depends.
Yes. It's on the way you insert it, right? If you insert it 3, 5, 1, it's going to be 3, 5, 1.
Oh, okay.
Okay, let's do more serious exercises. Create a method called getHSize that returns the size of a given hash set. That's pretty easy one too. Where are we doing? We're doing on the CodePad, right? So let me delete this. Let somebody else do that. Create a method called getHashSetSize that returns the size of a given hash set. So here it's actually not only about the sets, it's also about the methods. How do we create methods? Okay. Okay, somebody working on the method. Not exactly length. Not exactly length. If I can show you the documentation. You have it here, this method. See, there is no length, but then there is another one. Size, right? But you're gonna say, you're gonna pass the hash set in that method, right? So here is a good, I don't know if you were discussing that or not, I hope yes. So if you are creating the methods, like here public static void main, you don't return anything, right? That's what this one specifies. You don't return anything. But if you expect to return something in this size, we want size, which is, I guess, measured in number, which is an integer. So we want to have an integer there. In the method, we're creating the method. And when creating a method, we have to specify what we're returning, right? And depending on that specification, we put that in there as a part of the name of the method. So if you would be, that's a passing, right? So this part right here is what you pass into this method, what that method should work with. So we want to say that we are passing our set. Okay, that's good. Okay, public integer, but we also want to have a specification, right? Let's do what type of method it is. Let's put a static for now. Right, public static get size. We have to do that. I think you have to do that outside the main method, right? So we're not finished yet. Not finished with this one. What are we passing? What are we passing into the method? Okay, we pass in the set, right? Set is type of data structure. It's not an integer, so we don't need here. And we're just gonna pass the hash set. So in that case, the one that we created called my set. So you're just gonna put, you don't need double, I'm sorry. Yeah, almost. You just need to specify here hash set. Then that's called my set. And then we return it. We don't return size in general. We return the size of that something, right? In our case, my set size. So let's see. So we have here in the main hash set integer my set. We added in some values there, and then we want to have that size. Well, we're not going to be able to do this, but we can declare another integer, say size off, but it doesn't really matter, and say, what are we going to say? Call us the method, right, that we created. In our case, that's the name of the method. And pass our my set. And then we're going to print, yeah. Great. Let's try it out. Okay. We have mistype. My set right here. Okay, free, right? Let's add. And here. Well, I think the idea is clear, right? Nothing too complicated. Let's take this one. Create a method called addElement that adds a given string to a given hash set string. So in this case, we have a hash set of strings, and we want to create an element that adds a given string. What we give to that method to that set. Let's take somebody who is brave enough and reuse the stuff that we were doing at the first place. I'm gonna give you a second to think about that. I'm gonna be back. Okay, how's it going? Add element, hash string my set. Okay, we get in the set. Okay, somebody's doing down there. I see. Public hash set, add element string, hash set string. Great. My set. Well, you are returning. You are returning. What are you returning there? Oh, everything almost perfect. Almost, except the return. At the line 45, 47.
It's because it's static, right?
You want to
Use this out.
you want to specify what are you returning there. Always, you want to specify that. So in the main method here, we see static void.
Yes.
So line 25, okay, that's an integer. Line 29, integer element, we're not returning integer, right? We have a set of strings and we want to add another string to that set. So we don't work with integers there. So you want to receive at the end the set, the data structure. As far as the parameters in your add elements, you only pass in the set. You want to have another string that's going to be added to your set. So you're going to have to pass both the set and the string that you're adding. I think we're gonna have to test this, the last one, 47, 49. Let's do that, if you don't mind. Public away. Great. Great. Oh my God, now it's gonna work. I wanted to test it and fail, but now it's gonna work, hopefully. Okay, let's test. Let me, if you don't mind, I'm just gonna, yeah, delete it for now. Just gonna take this one, move it up a little bit. I hope the parentheses and everything not messed up. I think they are messed up. So this one is for this one. This one doesn't have any. Right? This one is okay for this one, and this one is there. I think it's too many parentheses now. I think that's it, right? Let's test. Oh, we deleted the size of, okay. Okay, it's not gonna get system. Okay, we're gonna have to have my set here. And what do we want to? We want to create my set, and that's gonna be set of integers. Why am I doing? You know how to create sets, right? Sets of strings. Go ahead. Yeah. Mm-hmm. What is it saying about at all? At all the elements in the specified collection to this set if they are not. So you have to pass, I guess, a collection there. So let's do this one by one, okay? And then just put it. Okay. And okay, we have a, that's not, well, it's strings. Add element. You want to pass according to our specification of the method that we created, string, and then this my set. Let's see. Okay, you got it. It's right there. Okay, take a snapshot. Nothing is crazy. Okay, this one. Create a method called contains blue that returns true if a given hash set string contains blue. Okay. True, if a given hash set, there is a hash set of strings, and if there is element blue, we want to say yes, I guess. So what do we want to say? True. I would still prefer, like, if somebody says that returns true, I feel like they mean in a Boolean fashion, like either false or true. So you're calling this method passing the value, and you want to know, is that in the set or not? If it's in the set, you want to have true. If not, you want to have false. So you want to have method would be public static. What is true or false? True or false? There is integers, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There is strings, which is sky, house, planet. And then there is a true or false, which is Booleans, right? Boolean values. Are you guys with me? Is there anybody here?
Don't you need to pass like parameters for the string, type string, or no?
I don't think so, because when you return a value, you don't have to put parameters inside the method, if I'm not mistaken.
Well, you want to put the string, right? And you want to put the set. Okay, I think we're out of time.
Anyway, I don't remember.
Yeah, and we think we're out of time for that lesson. So let's take like a short break, 5 minutes. Okay, somebody contains Boolean hash set, my set. Okay, my set contains blue. Well, the returns if a given has blue. Well, it actually can work in this particular case. It's just I was thinking about more not only by blue word, but I feel like if you're gonna only be stuck with a word, that's Harry, that's fine. Okay, let's take a break, 5 minutes, because we need to recharge, and then we're gonna continue. Okay. Okay, hello everyone. Okay, let's move to the maps. We have less than an hour. So maps. What is maps? It's also a data structure. And the hash map in particularly store items in the key and the value pairs. You access a value with the key. So what's the key to remember? Array list is just list of values. The set is the unique values. In array, you have indexes. In set, you don't have the per se the index that you're working with. And the map is the key value pairs. You can see that there is like a two rows, the keys and the values, and they're each related. It's very useful that you storing something by the key and then accessing it by the same key. You can see that sometimes different keys can point to the same value. You access the value with the key. Hash maps is actually very common, used a lot. If you're familiar with JSON, XML, other types of format, you always remember that there is like a first part that's the object that it's the key, and the second part that it's a value. You also see that in a dictionary, for example, if you search for a word and you see the definition, you see that if it's a property, there is a value. One object is used as a key indexed, and another object is a value. It cannot store different types, string keys and integer values of the same type, like string keys and string values. As you can see in the example here, you're declaring the map and saying that the keys, the first part here would be the string, and the second part you also have to specify it's also the string. In this case, it's capital cities. So the first part would be the keys would be what, let's say the country, like United States, or like England. And then the second part would be the value, which is like in England, it's London. In Germany, it's Berlin. And then the type of those values and keys you have to specify first and second. It can be different. It can be as an integer, or it can be as a string or any type of data value that you want to put there. And it can be different between each other. So maybe we should try to create a map. Let's go to IntelliJ. So let's use the syntax is very similar to array list and the set. This case is a hash map, and you pass in two parameters. Let's say we will take this example with countries. This is the first string, and the second one is also a string. Then you're giving it a name. Let's say capitals. And you say new keywords, and the type of data structure it is hash map. And how would you add the values there? So it's actually maps is not part of the collection interface per se. So the words that you use is different there. They're very for similar logic, just different names from the collections. So to add item, you can use the put method. It works the same as add there. you're gonna say capitals, put, and what are we gonna put? We're gonna put, let's say, Russia, the first, and the second one, Moscow, also a string. Let's put one more stuff there. Germany, Berlin, England, London. Right, and let's, what if we can print out this? So you see that it got printed out by the key value pair. So England is London. So the key is England. The value is London, but stored there. Germany, Berlin, and Russia, Moscow. So what if I say capitals, put, let's say England, but let's say house. So what it gonna do? Is it gonna add a new element? No, you see, because the key is already there, England, is just updated the value. It's called England, find out that that's already a key, and just updated the value there. So that's why it's very useful if you want to store in particular place. Okay, put method. To access a value in a hash map, use the get method and refer to its key. So capital cities get England. We call it capitals get England. And well, we have to print this out. Okay, it's Paris, right? That's what we put there, the last one. Let's not confuse people. Next, the command is remove, which is removing the item there. So let's test it out. So we will say capitals, remove England, and we're gonna print out our hash map, or what it's gonna be. Okay, so we remove England completely there. It's no longer there, view value. Well, another method that we can use is clear. That's basically use the hash map. Okay. Size, well, I'm not going to be doing it, but it's giving you the size of the hash map. So here, this one is interesting. So how do you loop through the hash map? As we said, the hash map is the key value pair. So there is the keys and then there is the values. So looping for the different things will be depending on what are you actually trying to get. Let's start from this printing the keys, I guess. Print the keys. Let me just make it a little bit smaller so I can maybe do that on these two screens. Okay, general account. Okay, so we have capitals, right? And we have three keys here, Russia, Germany, and England. And we want to print all the keys. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna say for string, the type. So we have strings. And say our hash map name, which is capitals. We're gonna print out I, right? We're looping through the keys, key set, capital key set. Let's run it. So here is our keys. England, Germany, and Russia. For the values, you're just gonna put values there. And that's gonna give us London, Berlin, Moscow. If here it says the example given about looping for keys and the values, you use the key set first, and then you just say you're gonna print the key just for you to read more readable. You put the comments there. Value. And use the method that we will use. It's basically a combination of capitals, get I, and let's see. Okay, key and the value. Easy. So what's about the other types? So there is other types in the map. Keys and the values in a hash map are actually objects. I mean, the example of both, we use objects of type string. Remember that a string in Java is an object. To use other types such as in, you must specify and call it proper class integer. So what does that mean? It basically means what I was talking about, that you can use integers here and just say integers, and that's basically one of the set that you can look for when you created your map. So the second value here, as you see, is integer. I think that's easy, but we can go over this. I think it's pretty understandable, right? Okay, write a Java program to test if map contains a mapping for the specified key. How do we want to do that? Do we want to do that in a code path? Let's try to do that in a code path. Okay, I'm gonna leave this. I'm gonna put it here. I'm gonna ask you to join me in the Zoom. Here. So let's create the hash map first here. It's very similar as we were creating array lists and the sets. The only difference is the parameters that we are putting there. I mean, two data types. Let's say it's going to be a string and an integer. Okay, name, my map, hash map, whatever. Okay, somebody's trying to create a method that returns true or false. Okay, the first one should be string, and the second one is an integer, as we said, yeah. Okay, let's add some items to our hash map. Boolean check key hash map and then string. So okay, specified key. How do we know that the key is a string? I guess that's what we're saying, right? Okay, let's take it. Let's take it, and then return map contains key string. Let's try it out. Let's try it out and see what if it's going to give us. Okay, we want to call that method. Well, if you're gonna have contains key string. Okay. Let's check map. I am not sure that it's gonna give us. Let's try. What should be, I guess, here, right? This one here. Okay. Why somebody deleted the one that was there? I was going to test that. Yeah, but if you call it, right, this method, you should pass by your specification two parameters here. And what is this in that case? So key, hash map, and Huggy. Yep. What is going to return? Okay. Let's try it out. Let's try it out. Let's say, I don't know, let's put it as string s equals, and then say here, if you don't mind, I'm just going to copy this for a second. Just commented it out and say s. Here we have a bunch of errors. Cannot find symbol, new hash map. New hash map. The symbol string. Okay, so string s. Okay, how do we pass in here in the method the hash map as a parameter? I think we did that in sets, right? We just have to specify what actually hash map X type of parameters it is. So we said that it's a what kind of hash map? Great. Just the comma between them. Yeah. Okay. Can be converted to a string. Okay. Think we're close. Let's try this. True. Great. Great. You can convert that. What if you don't know the key type? Well, by the nature how you're declaring this, right, at the beginning, that's why you're saying here that it's a string. So everybody would know that that's a string. Is that the question, or you're looking for something else? Like if you don't know, we know the specified key is given to us. If you don't know the key in the map, you should look for all the keys and see all the keys. Okay. Okay. Do we want to write a Java program to call all the mappings from specified map to another map. Let's do this. But that's not it. In Java, put all the mappings from the specified map to another map, which is corroborate. So we have two hash maps here, right? Let's just create two hash maps at this point. Okay, let's use the first one, right? Hash map 1. Let's use the second one. Okay, let's make them different. Like, yeah, the keys and the values. So there's a command called so we're going to use hash map 2 to put, we're going to give it 1. Let's print out the hash map 2. We're going to get that. Okay, so, there's a 1 somewhere. Yeah. Okay, we deleted the first declaration there. Yeah. Great. Okay. So what did we get? James 45, Sagi, Chris, Huggy, Ronaldo, Cristiano. Great. And the last one, just gonna copy you guys. Here, remove a value from hash map based on key. I'll remove a value from hash map based on key. That's easy. We did that. We did that. Okay. Okay. Just punctuation. Remove Ronaldo by the key. Okay, it's complete. What's the problem here? Yes, you do. That's what we are saying. Immovable value of the hash map based on key. But we didn't call this. No, we have a method here, remove, right? That's actually the method of the hash map. I think that was in presentation. Let's see. Okay, is that misspelled? Something? Let's see. Does it think that the integer is the key? Let's try by the integer. Let's try. No, right? Let's delete this for a second. Put this and remove. We have how do you call that for a string? Let's do, you know what? Let's do this. String Huggy. Let's say Huggy. And then let's do this. That's, oh, what's going on? There is another. I don't think you need to create a specific method. I don't. Yeah. Yeah. See, we removed Huggy. You just call it by the key. Just in this case, it's a string, so just pass it in there, calling it separately. If that would be an integer, you can just put it there as an integer. Let me actually try. I think I can do this like this too. Let's see. Same one. Yeah, that was just because of this method. It was not working. Great, great. I think we're done with the most important parts. Let's take maybe one more exercise to work on. Create a hash map, string integer, and put Jane25 and Jane30 as a key value. What is the size of the hash map? We also had that in presentation. Let me just, somebody else who didn't do as much maybe. I just feel like maybe there's like the same people doing things. So maybe somebody who didn't do anything yet wants to try. If you still survive here. I mean, you have time, it's your time to actually experiment. Yeah, actually a lot programming is the thing of making mistakes and learning this. That's the only one actual real thing to do. Just do this, do mistakes, see what's wrong, and do that again until it works. That's the nature of it. Okay. So just going to delete some comments here. Okay, hash map, string, and integer. How do we call that hash map? Okay, let me do this then. So I feel like I'm getting a little bit slower with this. Okay, hash map, my map, new hash map. And what do we want there? We want to put chain 25 and chain 30. Easy. My map. Okay. Oh, I'm sorry. Don't want to. I think my translation, my part got late, and I just don't want to mess up with any work. Sorry for that. Good. So we want to put chain 25 and chain 30 as the key values. We're going to use put there. We're going to say the first one is string chain. Yep, almost correct. Second one is correct, but the first one is a string. So when we call it, we use a string, we put it yes. Then we put chain 30. Okay, great. Now we want to know what's the size of the hash map. We know that command exists from array lists and the sets. Okay, integer size, okay. My map size, great, great, awesome, amazing, wonderful. And let's print out that size to see, because we just declared that there is integer size with that size of the map, but we also want to see that size. Okay, so let's just print. Let's do out, print line, and size, right? Let's see what we're gonna get. Okay. Okay, can I find simple map out? Put. Okay. Okay. 1. Why it's 1? Mm-hmm. Great. Yes. Great. Awesome. Yes. Yes. I am very happy. I'm very happy. Okay, let's take the last one. Is the defined order of the pairs in a hash map? Is the defined order of the pairs in a hash map? I don't think we talked about that. Yeah. Okay. Can two different keys have the same value? Mm-hmm. Can two different values have the same key? Can two different values have the same key? No. Okay. So let's maybe recap the most important last 10 minutes because it's been a lot. So Java maps, Java hash map. Item stored as a key value pairs. That's the most important thing to know, right? There is a key, there's associated value with this. You access that value by the key. You meet that a lot, especially like if you work with a JSON. How do you declare this? You put like 2 data types that you're working there as far as your keys and values. Strings, integers, everything else here. How do you add items? Different from just that. You use the put command. You get it using the key and command get. How you remove the item? Just call the remove function. We were trying to create the method remove. There is a remove function already created for you. Just use it. Just specify the key there. Clear will clear the whole map. Map size, we also use that in the exercise. If you want to iterate for the keys, right, to just do something with them, you can use for each loop and use the commands key set. If you want to iterate for the values, you use the values. Other types. Well, say, right, if you use integer, just put the integer there. We did exercises, okay. Let's also do the recap of the sets. Let me open this. I know you already forgot, but we also did sets today. So what is the sets? It extends from the collection. That's important to know, that the maps was not extended from the collection. That's why there was different names of the command to add. It's an ordered collection, and the values cannot be the same. It should be, it cannot have duplicate values. It should be unique. So there is a hash set, there is a link hash set, there is a tree set. So hash set is not ordered at all, it's random. Link hash set, it's ordered based on the assertion. Tree set is a sorted one. Commands that you use, add, remove, contain, size, same one. Advantage as far as the sets, takes the same amount of time from the array. Takes less amount of time. If there is big array, it takes more time to go for the all array. Sets, the values is unique, take less time.
Sergey, can I ask a question?
Yeah.
Yeah, so how you get element from a set? Did you use get?
So there is
I think there's no method like get.
You can use for loop for this. just to iterate for a way, but I feel like there should be a better way. Let me check that, and I will post that in the group. Okay.
Oh, okay, sure. Because
I don't want to give you wrong answer.
because when I go over the Oracle document, there's no method code get. So
yes,
that's why I'm
yes.
curious.
I feel like there is some complications as far as this, but I will check out and I will post it. Okay.
Okay.
Just in like 10 minutes after we finish.
Sure. Thank you.
You're welcome. Basic operations on the set. We talk about union, intersection, and difference. So the union, you just unite two sets together, and the command that you use for this, what was the name of the command that we use for this? It was add all. Intersection, just the common values from both of the sets. The command for that was retain all. And the difference is the values that's different from both arrays. So the same type of values just cancel each other. The command was remove all. That's the demonstration. Same times command, don't have to remember this, IntelliJ is there. The whole list of methods in Oracle website. And I think that's it. The only one left is this question about the getting the element in the set. I think we can finish for today. Thank you so much. It was pretty large lesson and I was pretty exhausted, so we made it through. I think this Saturday it's gonna be starting the Selenium. So I think that's kind of the end of the Java. That's the most common data structures. I think you get pretty good, like just introduction and basic work stuff. I think that's what needed for the automation engineer position. I think if you will just try to go through the slides, do some examples that's there, you are in very good shape. Thank you so much, everyone. And I will see you soon. Have a good night. Bye-bye.